My name is Wishal Babar and I'm a student of first year. The topic of my presentation is the world after COVID-19. Coronavirus was first detected in China, Wuhan, in bats in 2019. That was then transferred from bats to humans in the open markets of the China that were the wet markets. COVID-19 has totally reshaped our world. It has changed the world from all aspects, from the way of living to the way of thinking. But most importantly, it has changed the world economically, socially, and also health-wise. Moving on, the world after COVID-19 is the world of quarantine and social distancing, restricting the activities of healthy people for a period of time as determined by the competent medical authorities is called quarantine. Quarantine, social distancing, and isolation were very new and strange for all of us, but these are the major tools we have to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Secondly, the world after COVID-19 have billions of people with bad mental health because of isolation, social distancing, and quarantine. A review published in The Lancet said that separation from loved ones, being alone, and loss of freedom can cause deterioration in one's mental health. According to another research, younger adults are more likely to report the symptoms of anxiety and depression more during the COVID-19. In this slide, we can see that during late June, 40% of the US adults reported struggling with mental health and anxiety. So it can be concluded that mental health was highly affected during the pandemic. Thirdly, home as new offices. Homes of millions of people were changed into their offices or workplace. According to research, working from home is 47% more productive than working in office. The advantages of working from home are it's more productivity, it's less distracted, and there's a better work-life balance. While the disadvantages of working from home are difficult to monitor performance, less teamwork, and difficulty in problem solving. 90% of the population agree with working from home, while 10% of the population don't agree with working from home. Next, we have the global tourism industry. Global tourism industry is totally crumbling. Billions of dollars were lost during 2020, and many analysts believe that international travel and tourism won't return to the pre-pandemic level until 2025. Especially, the tourism-dependent countries are more likely to feel the negative impacts of the pandemic for a longer period of time than other countries. Such countries include Maldives, Barbados, Fiji, and Bahamas. In this slide, there are many other countries with their tourism rates, and every single country saw a decrease in their tourism rate. Lastly, but not the least, digital learning. There was a massive transformation in education. Most of the schools and colleges switched to online learning. But on the other hand, countries such as Pakistan, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, India, online learning still remains an uncharted territory. 53% of the students disagree with online learning, while 40% of the students agree with online learning. The advantages of online learning are it helps you to develop technical skills, and it's flexible and convenient. While the disadvantages of working from home are there were 10 to 20% high dropout rates during the pandemic, and it's totally impossible without technology. I would like to end my presentation by quoting the words of Antonio Guterres. We are in this together, and we will get through this together. Thank you very much. That was it from my side. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, you said that 40% of US citizens mental health were affected due to COVID. Now, as the theme is the future after COVID, the world after COVID, so what ways do you suggest that we can use or they can use to get a better mental health or reduce the effect that COVID did to them?
Mental health was actually affected during the pandemic because we were not, because of the businesses of many people around the world were also closed. So because of the future and economic difficulties, maybe that was the reason many people mental health were disturbed, because lockdown were imposed around the world. So because of that financial difficulties, people were having had the bad mental health. And secondly, maybe difficult domestic living during the lockdown, maybe that affected the mental health of many people.
But how can we make it better? That's what.
We can make it better by being more connected with our families, because we understood one thing during the pandemic, that families are most important in our lives, right? So nothing's more important than your loved ones, and because of that, you can really get through all of that bad mental health, I think.